he's our great MC. He does these things, and it should be his show if you want to call it that. I'm going to do my best to make it my own. If he keeps, probably I won't invite me back after that. Matt is super talented. He does all these promotional things. He gets recognized as a seasoned Creighton basketball ticket holder. He shows up on the. That's fun. I can afford it. It's all good. But he shows up on the Jumbotron, and he promotes all kinds of different things. And he gets recognized all over town. And there's a lot of confusion. People are like, I know I've seen you somewhere. And he'll say, yeah, probably from the Jumbotron. And they're like, no, it's not that. It's you look familiar. And it's really, the truth is, they say, you look like Urkel, except like a white version of Urkel. So for myself, I get the same thing. I'm not on the Jumbotron. A lot of people here, you already know me. You've seen me around. And for those of you that I don't know, there is a lot of confusion. I do look like a lot of bald guys. But my name is John Murnane, not John McClane, to be confused with Bruce Willis. But come out to Secret Park. We'll get together, have a few laughs. So, thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. This is my 4th time. I'm still kind of learning, and so I do a lot of studying. I come to these shows. I pick up what other comics are putting down, and I watch a lot of TV and stuff on my phone. And what I did notice is that there are a lot of similar to me. There are a lot of Catholic comics that have grown up Catholic. They might not still be Catholic, but they grew up in the system. And you know, like Jim Gaffigan, Conan O'Brien, Bob Newhart, who you mentioned, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. A ton of different comics, all grown up in the Catholic system. And I thought to myself, why is this? And so I developed a theory. And that theory is, as a Catholic, you go to Mass, you study oral tradition. You do your normal Catholic burpee during service, stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit down, kneel. And you get to know that when you come to Catholic service, reconciliation, you're supposed to pray, you're supposed to take your problems and give it up to God. You take the weight of your sin and you give it up to God, but not us Catholics. Jesus can wait. And we save it, and we bring it to you in these sessions. So, in the name of the Father. But it is summertime, and as Matt said, kids are back in school. We have 2 college-age kids. I miss them whenever they head out. We still help them out with tuition and things like that. But there's less laundry. I love it. But I do miss the days where when they were smaller, we could all pack up and go on summer vacations, pack up the van. And ironically, I have this calendar. It's called the worst case scenario calendar. On the 22nd, it says how to survive a family car trip. And there are a few things in here that I think are important. Even though summer's over, I think that these things are going to happen during a holiday get-together where you pack up the van, you get ready for these family trips. So the first thing is you line the seats with towels. Well, I have an issue with that. And in my family, you line it with a tarp because one of the kids eats like a Cookie Monster back there and spills crap all over the place. So tarp is better. The second thing is I don't have my reading glasses on. You leave early. So you leave early, the kids are still tired, you can get a good log of the road in, and the kids will take a nap kind of. That works if you leave on time for anything, but we set a schedule at 6 a.m., we're leaving at 10. I love my wife dearly, but we are late for everything. So do your best. The last thing is you bring a few key items. This is games, this is snacks, a couple of drinks. But if you're in my house, you pack half the house as if we're doing a trip to the moon and back. You pack up everything because you never know when you're going to need an extra box of Cheez-Its, Triscuits, and God forbid, juice boxes everywhere. And as a dad, you know, I appreciate the snacks, it's all fine, but nobody can drink. No one. Nobody can drink. You can have it next to each other, but if I hear one sip, no, don't do it. Or is your mouth dry? Take a sip, that's it. No more drinks. And the last thing on here is make frequent stops, folks. Don't do that. If you just heard me, no sipping, no drinking. Have it there as an emergency purpose. If you have to make frequent stops, you have some other issue. My kids, they learn this quickly. They learn we never stop. We don't stop. We go until we can't stop. On a 10-hour trip, we are 20 minutes away from home. The longest trip from Minnesota ever. My kids were great, except for that last 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Daddy? Yeah? I gotta go potty. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Real bad. All right, so we stop, we pull over at a gas station that is no longer running. It's no longer open. There's weeds everywhere. It looks like it's something out of a horror movie, but we stop anyway. They're gonna pee on the side of the gas station anyway. First kid goes, pees. He really did have to go. Second kid, who's potty trained also, he stands there for a bit. He didn't have to go. He didn't have to go. He wanted to stop. I said, I wanted to stop too at home. So what do? I'm patient to a point. Get back in the car, close the doors, rev the engine, start pulling away slowly. Eventually he goes. He got the point. Hurry up, get in the car, we're leaving. So summertime, enjoy those summer vacations, especially when they're little. Pack up the van. They're tons of fun. Also, you know, this summer we had the Summer Olympics. And anybody watch the Summer Olympics?
Yeah.
Good stuff. A lot of great competitions. The women's soccer team got back into gold. Our basketball teams dominated. We had track stars and gymnasts, both men's and women's, show up great. But there was one thing in particular that I thought was really fascinating this year in the Olympic competition. And if you heard it, it sounds like something the sloth on Ice Age would say. It's called repechage. Repechage. You remember it?
No.
You never heard it. Repechage. This is something that if you just don't have a good day on the track or whatever competition that there's repechage, you can come back the next day and try again. This is something a millennial invented. So basically everybody gets a medal at these Olympics. But repechage, if some of these jokes don't work, that's probably I'll get a repechage. But the Olympics were truly fascinating, a lot of great competitions. Some of my favorite rap stars made an appearance at the Olympic Games. I love Snoop Dogg and Dre were at the games. Snoop helped bring up and light the biggest, fattest bong cauldron that we've ever seen in France. And him and Dre closed out the games with a wonderful rendition, rolling down the Champs-Élysées, sipping on Beaujolais. But one of my favorites, Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. Flavor Flav, yeah boy, if you didn't remember him. Big clock. Flavor Flav decided that the water polo teams, both men's and women's, were underfunded. And he decided to fund them. Super awesome of him to do that. He's the second guy in that rap group, Public Enemy, and apparently he gets paid a ton. But Flavor Flav with his big clock, he did that. He was a spokesperson for his group, and they also asked him to time some events with the clock too. But you know, for the Olympics were great fun. We saw Simone, Sydney, all kinds of great people inspire us. to be better, no matter what the adversity. I like to also think that I challenge myself athletically too. It looks like, yeah. Anyway, I like to work out and push myself to new limits. I, by no means am I an Olympic athlete, but I enjoy working out, but mostly by myself. I run and I bike by myself. I have tried the gym, but I got to tell you, I'm frightened. I'm frightened by it. I like to be around people. I do run with some folks occasionally, but the gym scares me. And not because of the working out, it's the men's locker room. My friends have told me the scary stories. They are true. I'm not making this up. There are old men, and they are just gross and way too comfortable saying hello to people. They don't have a care in the world. No clothes on, wearing things that are 2 sizes too big, and that's just their skin. It's terrible. Guys eating, lunch naked in the lounge, watching TV. It's awful. So that's scared me away, and I try to get out from that on my own. For me, I do this time of year when we've had the air show. What I like to do is ride my bike down the trail and watch the Thunderbirds, watch the Blue Angels, whoever it is, perform and practice. I ride my bike down, and I can remember this is one year, about 6 years ago, where off in the distance I saw someone wearing a brown suit on a bike. Probably doing what I was going to do is go watch these wonderful, amazing people fly these planes at crazy speeds, do all these maneuvers. So as I get closer, I notice they have a black thong over their brown suit. That's weird. It's hot out here. I don't know why you wear a brown suit and a thong over it. And as I got closer, I realized that's not a brown suit. That's his skin. And that's a black thong, all right. I had to pass this guy because where I was going, that was where the planes were, so I got up real close. And I tried to shield my eyes, and I did what any good biker would do, and I said, on your left. And all he said was, yippee-ki-yay. That's it. Guys, keep it going for John. I love it.